Hey guys, I'm Mikey. I'm back here for that video. Guys, today we're going to talk about everything we know about Madden 22 at this moment in time. Let's go ahead and get started. Starting off right away, guys, I want to talk about some promos in MUT 22 that we already know about. Primetime Informers, Limited Edition. We know Football Outsiders, Rising Stars, Team of the Week, and Legends are definitely coming to MUT 22. Day one of MUT 22, which is actually exciting. Now, the Yard and Superstar KO is a little bit different this year. Starting off right away with Superstar KO, you can now go ahead and play with actual NFL teams. So it's a little bit different than in previous years. It's now more NFL team based. So you go ahead and select your team you want to play with. Then you select your offensive defensive playbook. And then you go ahead and get into Superstar KO. Now, going ahead and talking about the Yard, it's a little bit different too, because it actually is very much connected with face of the franchise. Now, in the Yard, you actually have player classes now. So these player classes let you go ahead and be able to max out different player classes. So you guys can see right here, we have wide receiver, linebackers, quarterbacks, and each of these certain classes have their own skill tree. You can go ahead and use skill points to even improve your character even more. So for example, as you're unlocking these, you can actually unlock X Factor abilities that let you be able to, pretty much mix and match and go ahead and play the Yard or franchise with these maxed out abilities. So it's more of a grinding system for the Yard this year, and I actually really do like it. I think it's a really cool concept, and I will say on EA's part, they're actually doing a pretty good job on this. Now, this is kind of becoming like a Fortnite type game mode, where now you're gonna go ahead and actually have the ability to buy obviously uniforms, gear, and all that kind of stuff. Last year they kind of introed it, I would say, like they let you be able to do it a little bit. Next year it's going to be forefront every single week. Most likely we're going to see some kind of way to buy new uniforms, new stuff in the game, and they're definitely going to be selling the Yard as a, kind of like a Fortnite clone when it comes to that kind of stuff. Face of the franchise. Face of the franchise is kind of the same as last year, but it's a little bit different. So this starting off right away, you do go ahead and get to try out with different teams. Now, my guess is the teams that you do go ahead and get to try out with are kind of scripted. So it's the same teams every single time you play Face of the franchise. They let you be able to make decisions, like, for example, go to a Nike event or go out to Hawaii and do another event. And depending on what you choose depends on what you actually go ahead and, what store you follow. But based on what I understand, it's all going to give you a top 10 draft pick. So there's no going on draft to go in the third or fourth round. It's pretty much all just you are the best pick. You are an amazing player. And there's no changing that, which I don't like. Now, they are going ahead and adding a lot of new cast members to this. They're making it a little bit more unique when it comes to that kind of stuff. And like I said before, the class progression system actually does go ahead and transition from the Yard to Face of the franchise. Both of them are intertwined, so everything you do in one game mode will go ahead and come over to the other game mode. So for example, you might unlock certain X Factors abilities in your other game mode, like the Yard, and you can bring it over to this game mode. So you guys can see it says ability pool. These are all the X Factors abilities that you actually went ahead and unlocked for your player in Face of the franchise. So it's kind of cool. I do like that. It's a little bit different, like I said. It's not too much different, but it's a little bit different to a point where you already love Face of the franchise. You're probably going to love, what this new edition would give it. If you don't like Face of the franchise, you're probably not going to like it after this new edition. I'll definitely say that. Dynamic game day experience. So dynamic game day experience is interesting because it does go ahead and add home field advantage to Madden 22 Ultimate, or Madden 22 in general. It is not in Ultimate Team when it comes to online game modes. It probably will be in solo challenges, but it's not online, so you don't have to worry about it online. But every single team now has a unique home field advantage, so whatever their real life home field advantage, they get that in the game. And it does go ahead and change up Madden just a tad bit. It adds momentum and also adds nerves, as you guys can see right here. It says battle row line and nerves, and obviously whoever the home team is are going to get the advantage overall. But it does, in a way, counter very nicely with the other team. So obviously the other team also has some kind of advantage if they are leading in this game and doing good. It's not like, you know, just because the away team is up by 21, they're not going to get any benefits. They do get benefits, and it's more realistic in that fact. Other than that, the presentation style has been upgraded immensely. Fans being a lot different now, being more realistic. Early game presentation. They also went ahead, as you guys can see, added next gen stats, and this is something that they have done in Ultimate Team, which I really freaking like, is that every single card you have in MUT will go ahead and continue to keep stats of that card until you sell it. So for example, you could have a card in September and use that card throughout the whole entire year, and you'll know in August how many stats that card actually has. So it's a really cool idea, really cool factor. The crowd noise is a lot more, you know, unique. The fans are more unique, all that kind of good stuff. Another thing they did go ahead and improve is tackling, motion, blocking, and catching. Very much did they work on this, and I will definitely say, after playing the beta, I can 100% agree that the whole motion system is completely different. How players move, how they're more realistically moving, I love it completely. And I said this before, that's why I love the yard, because I feel like it does a really good job at transitioning with, you know, that in mind. Franchise mode, completely revamped now, completely different game mode as it was in previous years. Obviously, they added the 18 game schedule. They also went ahead and added coaching tree and staff management. Absolutely awesome. Weekly training is completely different. Now you can more or less kind of game plan and scheme against different teams. The new scouting system will come out in September, but there are a way to go ahead right now with staff management. Choose what scouts you want, fire scouts, sign scouts. You can also go ahead and make sure to, you know, allocate certain resources to certain areas of the country. So for example, if you're like, I want a West Coast scout, I want to scout the West Coast players, you can. If you're just a Michigan guy, you want to scout all Michigan guys, you can really just home in on Michigan guys, which I do like. MUT auction change. So EA did try to go ahead and destroy coin sellers. So how did they do it? They put a price range in MUT 22. Pretty much any card cannot be posted over a certain amount. So every card has a certain amount that they are kind of fixed at. It's based on 100 transactions of that card. So for example, if that card does go ahead and, you know, have 100 transactions of 100,000 coins, then that of course will be the set amount, 100,000 coins. And then you can't post it up for, let's say, more than 130,000 coins. And there might be a lower set amount added to Madden, depending on what they want to do. Right now, they did say that they are not adding that at the moment, but they might add it in the future. If they add it in the future, it will destroy sniping. EA's comment on will this destroy sniping is just snipe the card before it becomes 100 transactions, which absolutely awful response. Nonetheless, though, guys, let's go ahead and cover our last thing here, which is pre-order details. Yes, the pre-order bonus did go ahead and change to 20% off, which honestly is, you know, decent. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad discount. I bought it when it was 10% off, so RIP myself. But overall, though, it's pre-order bonuses. The 3-day early access is what you really want. I will say the Dynasty Edition is interesting with the created legends, but overall, if you are just trying to get the game early, you're not trying to spend some extra money, probably go ahead and go with the MVP Edition. I still believe that's probably the best edition to go with. With that in mind, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.